Hey, have you ever wished that ChatGPT actually remembered who you are, what you like, and what you've already told it instead of starting completely fresh every single time you open a new conversation? Well, OpenAI has heard that frustration loud and clear, and they're doing something really interesting about it. So here's what's going on. OpenAI has been working on a significant upgrade to ChatGPT's memory capabilities, and they're calling this approach something that sounds almost poetic dreaming. Now, before you picture ChatGPT literally dreaming about electric sheep, let me explain what this actually means, because it's genuinely fascinating. The idea behind dreaming is essentially about how ChatGPT processes and consolidates memories, much like how our own brains work during sleep. When we sleep, our brains don't just shut down, they're actively sorting through everything we experience during the day, deciding what's important, filing things away for long-term storage, and connecting new information with things we already know. OpenAI is applying a similar concept to ChatGPT's memory system. Right now, ChatGPT does have some memory features, but they can be pretty limited. You might tell it your name, your job, or your preferences, and it can remember some of that, but it hasn't always been great at deeply understanding context, making connections across many different conversations, or prioritizing what information is actually most relevant and useful about you specifically. With the dreaming approach, the goal is to make ChatGPT's memory significantly smarter and more nuanced. Instead of just storing raw facts like a basic filing cabinet, the system would work to synthesize and organize information in a way that makes ChatGPT genuinely more helpful over time. Think of it like the difference between a friend who just remembers random things you've told them versus one who truly understands you, your habits, your goals, what you're working toward, and even the kind of help you actually respond well to. The practical implications here are pretty exciting. Imagine opening ChatGPT and it already knows that you're working on a creative writing project that you've been struggling with for months, that you prefer concise answers over long explanations, that you're a vegetarian who loves Italian food, or that you're learning Spanish and benefit from occasional vocabulary reminders. The assistant would become less of a generic tool and more of a personalized companion that actually gets better the more you use it. This is also a really important competitive move for OpenAI. The AI assistant space is getting incredibly crowded right now. Google's Gemini, Microsoft's Copilot, Anthropic's Claude, everyone is fighting for the same users. And one of the biggest differentiators is going to be personalization. If ChatGPT can make you feel like it genuinely knows you and becomes more valuable over time rather than staying flat and impersonal, that's a massive advantage in keeping users loyal and engaged. Of course, there are questions worth thinking about here. Better memory means ChatGPT is holding on to more information about you, and that naturally raises privacy considerations. OpenAI has said that users can control their memory settings, view what's been remembered, and delete information they don't want stored. But as these systems get more sophisticated, it's worth staying thoughtful about what we're comfortable sharing and storing. It's also worth noting that this kind of deeper, more intelligent memory system is a stepping stone towards something much bigger: AI that can act as a true long-term collaborator rather than just a one-off question-answering machine. And honestly, that's where this whole thing gets really thought-provoking. If an AI starts to know you better than some of the people in your life, is that genuinely helpful technology? Or does it start to say something uncomfortable about how we're living?